the classic Tom Talk Rubbish wrap-up segment that is called Generic Wrestling Questions. Those of you that
Nice.
have
Can't
seen
wait.
my interviews before will know this where I'll ask Nick his favourite match of all time, favourite pay-per-view card, such as Double or Nothing 2019, his favourite wrestler's entrance theme, favourite tag team, and favourite wrestler. Basically, the questions I assume you're asked on social media or at events. So now you'll have a place to be like, guys, I have answered this. Please
Yeah.
go with this. So, what's your favorite match of all time?
Oh man, my favorite match of all time. You know what? I actually have not really thought about these a whole lot. I think the match that made me feel the most was can it be a twofer because they're kind of connected. It was
Mm,
WrestleMania 30 when Daniel Bryan fought Triple H and then fought Batista and Randy Orton. Those, I mean, I assume you were around for the Yes movement
I
and
definitely
that whole
was.
story. I was fully on the Yes movement train. Daniel Bryan was my favorite wrestler. And just finally seeing him beat Triple H, who in our minds was holding him down, and then to go on and win the world title like that. When people say wrestling is fake, I point them to like my reaction to that match when I had like legitimate tears in my eyes. You know,
Mm.
that's not fake.
Well, that's really, really cool, my friend. What about your favorite pay-per-view card overall?
Sure. So it is a tie between WrestleMania 30 and um was it all in when CM Punk first came back and fought
All
Darby
Out
Allin?
2021?
All Out 2021, yeah.
You're talking
Um
about when Danielson and Cole debuted, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah,
That was another pay-per-view that just like wow, that put AEW on a whole nother level for me, and it was so fun to watch.
do you think, as somebody that grew up around X7 time, with X7 being considered WWE's best pay per view overall, do you think All Out 2021 is AEW's version of WrestleMania 17?
Yeah, I would say yeah, because the energy coming out of that show was palpable because you had CM Punk, you had Adam Cole, you had Bryan Danielson, you had Kenny Omega, you had the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers in that incredible match that they had. Man, yeah, I would say that was AEW's best pay-per-view.
That's really, really cool. And what about your favorite wrestler's entrance theme, Nick?
Favorite wrestler's entrance theme. I think Kane's original like 97, 98 entrance and theme music. I just thought that was so cool. Kane, like when you think of pro wrestling superheroes or supervillains, like Kane is who I think of. Not a big fan of who like the man behind the mask is these days, but the character Kane was out of this world.
That's really, really cool. What about your favorite tag team?
My favorite tag team. I I'm comfortable saying the Young Bucks. I think the Young Bucks kind of changed the game in the same way that Colt Cabana kind of is one of the godfathers of AEW and of making independent pro wrestling like a decent way to make a living. I think the Young Bucks absolutely changed the wrestling industry just behind the scenes. That's not even including like what they do in the ring, which is incredible. So, Young Bucks.
Best Young Bucks match for you?
I think it was either that tag team cage match with the Lucha Brothers or their match against Kenny Omega and Adam Page. I forget what pay-per-view it was at, but I
Revolution 2020, the
look at
last
you,
pay-per-view before the pandemic, my friend.
you wrestling nerd. Yeah,
Yes,
that
I
was
know, I know.
I think that the storytelling in that mixed with the athleticism, like that's what I still go back and watch that match. That was incredible.
That's really, really cool, my friend. And then finally, Nick, the biggest generic question, in my opinion. We spoke about him a lot today, but who's your favorite overall wrestler of all time?
That would be the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. He was the first wrestler I ever saw. He had that perfect mix of athleticism and character. I love his personal story of kind of dealing with his own mental health and addiction issues, and then finding God, but also just like finding peace and like kind of coming to terms with his own trauma and stuff, and then coming back and being the person that he is now. He's a total package for me, with all due respect to Lex Luger.
Hmm. Shawn Michaels 90s, Shawn Michaels, or Shawn Michaels 2002 to 2010.
Oh, that's tough because DX Shawn Michaels was my favorite like character version of Shawn Michaels because he was such a jerk, but he was so funny. But I think 2002, he would have had a Hall of Fame career if he never came back in 2002. But I
Hmm.
think the matches that he put on when he came back far out exceed the 90s Shawn Michaels. So wrestling wise, I'd say 2002 to 2010, but character wise, I liked when he was a bad boy.
Fair enough. Just quickly, because I'm sure you'll have some thoughts on this match. 2018 comeback, yay or nay?
Oh, we don't talk about that, Tom.
Fair
We don't
enough.
talk about that.
Fair enough, my friend.
I'm I'm begging him to fight Kevin Owens just so that since him and Taker can't be his official last match, at least maybe that could be because that tag team match was atrocious.
That's really, really cool, my friend.